of my eyeliner has cherries on it. I'm talented, baby. Talented. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So it has been a really long time, so I'm just gonna like introduce myself to you guys. My name is Tiara. I am 25 years old. I currently work in news and journalism. I have a degree in biological anthropology and I'm getting my master's in pharmaceutical sciences with a concentration in forensic science. Yeah, so I'm a big nerd. I like to read, I like to write, I like science. And for the past year and a half, I feel like I've been in a huge reading slump. And I feel like this isn't talked about a lot. Like, let's normalize this. I'm just a girl who has, I'm an Aries, first of all. And I tend to have like an obsessive personality, but I obsess about different things at different times. So I feel like for the past year and a half, I've been really focused on some of my other hobbies like art. I've been watching so much anime and so much TV, and also just like so much social media, and of course work in school and just being an adult. So I feel like my reading habits have lessened a lot, which is really, really sad, because like definitely as a child my main like personality was like, I'm a reader. I read books all the time. They're everything to me, and they still are. But like now I do other things and I have the freedom and kind of the money to do other things, but books are still my passion. So I definitely am going to continue reading and coming on the internet and talking about books. So yeah, today I'm bringing you guys a book haul. We're in quarantine and I have put myself on a social media ban besides making videos and uploading them. And so I've been just getting back into reading and forcing myself to go back to my roots and things that really make me happy, because social media is just stressing me out. I'm so stressed. So I'm gonna show you guys a couple things that I picked up, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm standing up because my room is dirty and no one needs to see that, okay? Like I said, we're in quarantine. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. But yeah, I've got a lot of like black owned books. Really trying to focus on just reading books about black people by black people. But I've also got a couple of other like popular things that the girls are reading. So let's get started. So the first one is this book, Educated by Tara Westover. I actually found this on one of my walks, and it was in one of those like free libraries, like pick a book, take a book. And I found this and it was an amazing find, and I've heard some really good things about it, so I'm excited to read about it. And some reviews are like, you know, it's pretty good. It's good as The Glass Castle, which is a memoir I really enjoy. So yeah, got that. Next I picked up this big boy, you know, the Cassandra Clare clan. I don't want to use clan. The Cassandra Clare Club. How about that? Y'all already know what this is. So I picked up Chain of Gold. I'm really excited to read this. I started to read it and then I stopped reading it because I am holding my friend essentially book hostage, because she wants me to read this so bad, but she refuses to read the next book that I'm going to show you guys that I picked up. So I was like, I'm not reading this until you read the book that I want her to read. And so hopefully she gives. Fede, read it. So the book I want her to read is another popular one that I picked up, which is Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. She's very upset with Sarah because, you know, Sarah be acting up with her book endings. We all know that. And yeah, so I recently read this. I know it's just like super popular and there's probably a million reviews about it, but if you want me to give a review, I will. Yeah, I'll just hold my thoughts, but I've already read it, and I picked it up and I just really love the cover of this book. Like, wow, Sarah, wow. Okay, so the rest of the books that I'm going to show you guys are all black authors, books about black culture, stuff like that. So let's begin. So the first thing I picked up was obviously another popular book this year in 2020, which is Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. I'm not sure how her name is pronounced. I honestly should have looked it up. But yeah, so I've had this one for a while. I just haven't read it yet because I honestly want to reread the first book because I just have forgotten like so much stuff. Because the first book is very detailed about the characters and the different powers and just like all that stuff about the culture there. So I really want to reread it before I read this book. I did start it, but as I was reading, I was like, God, I just forgot so much stuff, so I stopped. And so I need to reread the first one first and then read this. Next, I picked up this book here, which is The Spirit of Intimacy, Ancient African Teachings and the Ways of Relationships by Sobonfusome. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. But I listened to a wellness podcast called The Friend Zone, and an upcoming episode we're going to be talking about this book, so I picked it up so I can read it. And yeah, it's just a book about intimacy, attachment styles, and just kind of like rebranding your thinking of relationships outside of like Western influence. So I'm very interested in this, and to finish reading it and try to implement some of the things that I learned in my relationships and see how they work out for me. So yeah. Ooh. So the next 3 books I picked up was a series. I've wanted this series for a long time, but I've just kind of like not bought it. But with the recent passing away of John Lewis, I decided it was time to pick up the March graphic novel series. His death really hit me hard. It made me just like so sad because it's like he literally spent his whole life fighting for the right to live, and like of course he saw so much accomplished, but you know, there's a long way to go. So ooh, my lip gloss. And it just made me sad, and it just felt daunting as a black woman to literally look at his complete life, you know, fighting for us. And yeah, it's just really hit me hard. But yeah, I decided to pick these up, and I'm really excited to read them. And I am gonna do, I mean, these books have been out forever, but I'm still gonna do, it's got lip gloss on it, I'm still gonna do reviews of this book and talk about the things that I learned about what he did. So look forward to that. And then my last 2 books that I picked up, this first one is called Hood Rat, a novel by Kwan. And I saw these in Walmart and I had to get them. The second one is another book by Kwan, and it's called Eve. And I saw these and I just got really excited. Like, if you're a black girl, like, you know, like hood novels, they are it. And I want to have a whole discussion about like hood novels. I don't really like that term, but I don't really know what other term to call it. But just like, I feel like there's so much discussion about lack of representation in the like book community, which is definitely real. But then I think back to my childhood, and I feel like I read a lot of books, way more books by black authors that I just feel like people don't know about, don't talk about, and like obviously because they're not things that like mass media can relate to. But I'm like, black girls, they know. Like, we were reading books, first of all. Like, this is not like, we're not some unicorns like, oh, do black people read? Like, black people read, okay? And like, the coldest winter ever, almost every black girl knows what I'm talking about. Like, Midnight, we love that stuff. And I just feel like, and those are some super popular ones, but I feel like there are so many others that I read as a kid, and I was like, where are all these black authors now? And like, where are all the other ones? Like, I feel like I read so much, and now everyone's pretending like, I don't know, that they don't exist. And obviously that's part of the problem, but I definitely just want to have a full discussion about that and read these books. Like, it really made me feel like I was in middle school again. So I'm super excited about that. And yeah, that's the extent of my haul. Those are all books that I picked up and I have been reading, girl. The book that I'm currently reading is, let me find it. I always forget the title of books as I'm reading it. Is that anyone else? But I'm reading the Bromance Book Club on my phone. I'm reading the ebook. And I'm almost done. And so far it's really cute. And I'm excited to read the second one. But I got a bunch of new books that I bought. Cinderella is Dead. I'm excited to read that. I got Chain of Gold, the ebook, as well. I'm very excited to read Mexican Gothic. I just picked that up as well. I picked up The Princess Will Save You. So many books. Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. The second book of the Bromance Book Club. So this is called Undercover Bromance. So yeah, I've got the books, girl. I've been shopping and I'm ready to read and talk to you guys about what I've been reading. So I hope you're excited for that, and if you are, make sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and give me a comment of some like books you want me to read, some books you want me to talk about. I don't care if they've been over talked about. I got stuff to say too. You know, my voice matters and your voice matters, so let's talk to each other about it. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye. I feel like I talk really fast and then I get really stressed that I'm talking too fast, and it's just because I'm nervous. So I hope y'all just forgive me and subscribe anyway. Thanks.